Christmas is my favourite celebration of the year, along with 2 billion other people around the world. And with Christmas around the corner, chances you are going for parties, eating a lot of turkey, shopping for presents, and maybe setting up the Christmas tree at home. Or maybe all three. But why do we give presents to one another? Why do we eat turkey at this time of the year? And where did the tradition of setting up the Christmas tree come from? Let's take a look at some of these Christmas traditions and more, and why we do them. So why do we give presents to each other during Christmas? The act of gift-giving is believed to have started in ancient Rome as part of the Saturnalia festival, which paid tribute to the Roman god Saturn. The Romans celebrated winter solstice on December 17, although they did more than just exchange gifts. They also celebrated with festivals and partied until December 23rd. In an attempt to exert control over the people, the Roman Emperor Domitian apparently changed the celebration date to December 25th, sometime between AD 81 and 96. And when Christianity was made legal in Rome in the first half of the 4th century AD, some practices of the Saturnalia festival, like gift-giving, eventually became associated with Christmas. Soon after that, Pope Julius decided that Jesus' birthday would fall on December 25th, although no one really knows the exact date of his birth. In any case, that's why we celebrate Christmas on December 25th, and that's also why we give presents during Christmas. So why do we put up the Christmas tree at home? So the Christmas tree has its roots in the Saturnalia festival, where the Saturn god was associated with agriculture, liberation, and time. So the Romans hung wreaths and garlands in their homes, like around windows, door frames, and their stairs. So the Romans believed that the sun god was sick during winter, and the sight of these green plants at home reminded them that the sun god will get better soon and come back in the summer. But the Christmas tree that we know of today, with its lights and decorations, is believed to have started in 16th century Germany. German monk Martin Luther was said to have been the first to add lighted candles to a tree. But the Christmas tree didn't become popular until 1848, when Queen Victoria of England and her husband, Prince Albert, were shown standing around one in an illustration. It was said that she was celebrating her husband's German heritage. Now, about 30 million Christmas trees, the real ones, are sold in the US every year. Where did the practice of kissing under the mistletoe come about? The mistletoe, the stuff of holiday movie romances. Never mind that it's actually a parasitic plant. And depending on who you ask, the plant is able to ward off evil spirits, represent fertility, or is a symbol of love and friendship. In any case, kissing under the mistletoe came about in England during the 18th century. A man would kiss a woman under the mistletoe and pluck out a berry from the plant after doing so. Kissing privileges would end when all the berries were plucked out. Why do we eat turkey during Christmas? Why not boarhead, swan, or peacock, which people in the United Kingdom ate before the 16th century? In mid-16th century Britain, turkey started being served during Christmas because farmers realized cows and chickens were more useful if not sent to dining tables. They would continue milking the cows and chickens would continue laying their eggs. However, turkeys only became popular after the 1950s, where it became cheaper and more families had a fridge at home. And while we're on the topic of birds, why do the Japanese eat KFC chicken on Christmas Day?
Why? 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 Why?
It's because of this guy, Mr. Takeshi Okawara, the ex-president and chief executive officer of KFC Japan. Then a manager, Mr. Okawara came up with the idea of selling a party barrel of chicken during Christmas after overhearing foreigners talk about how they missed eating turkey during the festive period. He launched the Kentucky for Christmas advertising campaign in 1974, and now millions of Japanese tuck into a KFC meal during Christmas every year. Why do we eat the log cake during Christmas? Back then, before people had cast iron stoves or gas stoves, they had a hearth at home for cooking and for warmth. And on Christmas Eve, they would place a huge log in it and light it up, and then generally gather around it and make a wish. This is said to be an old folks custom about health and wealth, originating from the pagan winter solstice festival, which is referred to as this word in the Old English. We now pronounce it as Yule, which is where we get the name Yule log or Yuletide. And the tradition of burning a Yule log continues to this day, although maybe in a different form, like the cake. How did the ugly Christmas sweater come about? Christmas sweaters were first worn in the 1950s and became popular during the 1980s with the movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It did fall out of favour because it was, well, ugly, but after a group of friends in Vancouver organised a party where everyone was to turn up in ugly Christmas sweaters, it became an anti-fashion statement. So now if you watch any television series or movies set during Christmas time, you'll notice that inevitably, the ugly Christmas sweater will make its way into the set wardrobe. Where did the 12 days of Christmas come from? We all know that guy who sings about getting something every day for the 12 days of Christmas. But where did that come from? There are theories that certain elements and numbers in the song are veiled messages of Christianity, but that's debatable. As suggested by the Smithsonian, it could have just started out as a cumulative verse poem or a memory game. But some Christian denominations, such as the Anglicans, do observe the 12 days of Christmas. However, this differs from church to church. And while we're at it, Catholics don't celebrate 12 days. They celebrate the 8 days of Christmas instead. According to Reverend Father Ignatius Yeo, this tradition is from the Old Testament, where certain celebrations and observations span 8 days. This period is also referred to as the octave, because there are 8 notes in an octave. The number 8 is also a symbol of new beginnings or resurrection in Christianity. So in addition to the Christmas octave, there's also the Easter octave, the Pentecost octave. You get the idea. Even though these traditions don't really have a lot to do with religion, Christmas is still an important day for those who believe in Jesus. Plus, it's the spirit that counts, right? Merry Christmas!